Look, the Premier League is back. Daunting, but exciting.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. Hope you're doing well. Got some spare time, so I thought, hot dog, let's do a match preview for Chelsea against, relentless winners, Manchester City. Of course, we played them in pre-season, lost 4-2. Maybe a bit of context regarding that. They, of course, just won the Community Shield against their neighbours, Manchester United. And we are undercooked. And no one is giving us a snowball's chance in hell to win this game. But it is at Stamford Bridge, and although people are saying, wow, what a great time to play Chelsea, what a great time to play Chelsea, they don't know what the ruddy heck they're doing under their new manager, and there's so much uncertainty and so much bedding in to be done. Yeah, it's true, but maybe, just maybe, it's a good time to play Man City as well. First game of the season at home. Who knows? We're going to talk about it today. I've built a lineup. I'm going to tell you how we're going to do this. Yeah? So stick with me, boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, theys and thems. Thanks for joining me. Thank you for supporting the content, as always. Super simple if you want to do so. Simply like, subscribe, hit the sweet bell if you choose to subscribe. Let's get into it. Transition, please. Right then. Pep Guardiola, presumably his final... Well, I say presumably. Hopefully his final season at the helm of Manchester City, managing that club. We don't know what's going to happen with them this season, of course. The 115, even reportedly, could be even more charges held up against them now. It's going to be resolved this season. I will speak about that on my second channel as the season gets up and running, where I speak non-Chelsea stuff. That is, zing! This YouTube channel, Football Yannick. Did a little bit on England over the Euros, but as the Premier League, Champions League, and just general big story stuff. Again, I'll be talking non-Chelsea stuff on Football Yannick. Go over there and subscribe if you're interested, mate. All right. So, look, as a Chelsea fan, as a biased, tribal fan, I hope Man City get all their titles taken away. I hope Pep Guardiola leaves and manages England and we win the World Cup. That is what I hope. But at the same time, of course, I have a great deal of respect for the manager. Man City are a great club. They are. They're they've got a great history in terms of fan base. I know there's a joke about the sort of level of being plastic fans, and that's to do really as this sort of new money global product. But they've got a great core of fans, Man City. So I'm not, I'm not in the business of trying to take the mickey too much out of opposition. But yeah, it'd be great if all the titles were taken away and Pep got the hell out of there and it became a competitive league again. But, we move. So I'm going to talk about how we're going to set up against them. Of course, they did beat us 4-2 in a preseason game. Context is required a little bit because we kind of served them up the opportunity to score 2 goals in 1 minute at the beginning of both halves. But let's not play silly buggers here. They are probably the best team in world football, or certainly them and Real Madrid, especially now Real Madrid have got Kylian Mbappe. So let's have a look, shall we? This is how they lined up in the Community Shield, which is a little bit of an indicator of what they're going to be doing. Of course, they won the Community Shield. They do take it seriously. It was a keenly contested game, but as you can see, missing key personnel here. Most notably, probably Rodri, one would have to say. Maybe Kyle Walker as well, Rodri, and of course KDB. There, for my mind, he's still the best player in the Premier League. I guess he's in his winter years now. Oscar Bob, of course, has sustained a leg break, I believe, on the right wing. He will not be featuring in this game. But they have attackers. Okay, they'll be okay. Of course, Julian Alvarez is gone as well. You'd see something similar. I guess Walker could come in at right back. The rest of that back... to be honest, that entire back four with Rico Lewis is excellent. Rico Lewis probably inverting into the midfield a lot. I don't expect to see O'Reilly, possibly not James McAtee as well, and Oscar Bob either. But there's plenty of good, Bernardo Silva can come in, Phil Foden. They will be an insane force to be reckoned with. Man City are a very, 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 very good football team. And of course, as soon as the season starts, Pep Guardiola goes Super Saiyan mode, and he will be looking to tear Chelsea apart. And he's got this thing, Pep Guardiola, where even when we're bad, he's always, I know he does this to everyone, and usually it's a mark of you're going to lose, but when Guardiola starts talking you up, do you know what I mean? Like, there's been like, why Chelsea play so good meme, and of course the why is this going to be a hard game? It's Chelsea. It's Chelsea. He always talks about Chelsea, despite us being absolutely pony for a couple of years now. He will take it seriously. It's away at Stamford Bridge. He'll know that we are not settled. He knows, of course, Enzo Maresca very well. He was on his coaching staff when they won the treble. Whether that means he feels like he can beat him, I don't know. But he will take the game very, very seriously. And, of course, they will be monumental favourites to win this game. But how will we line up? Well, let's take a look now. Here we go. So this is the lineup I've built for you guys. I'm going to be real. This was on home crowd. It doesn't have a couple of players available that I wanted to utilize in this lineup. But off the bat, basically, I would have started. I genuinely have a feeling Mark Gu's going to start and do a lot of pressing and running. And I don't think, because Jackson's not fully fit, I feel like Jackson might come on for like 35 minutes or something like that, personally. But let's have a look, guys. So in goal, I do believe it's Rob Sanchez's #1 place to lose, which I kind of at the moment think he will lose to Philip Jorgensen, the new signing. I haven't seen enough of Jorgensen, really. This, I believe, is the long-term centre-back partnership that Chelsea want to do well. Fofana and Colwill. Now, they started the last game of pre-season against Italian champions Inter, which we drew. It wouldn't surprise me, actually, if Fofana, who I think is Chelsea's best centre-back, he didn't have the strongest pre-season. I wouldn't be surprised if Fofana didn't start his game. It would be Tosin. I feel like Colwill's the biggest banker, and I feel like Fofana will be his partner, because I just have a feeling that's what they are planning for long term. Now. Cucurella, of course, played in the final of the Euros against England, which he won. You know, congratulations to him. Pain for me. I do feel like he can start this game, and I do feel like, to be honest, I feel like like, for example, Palmer and Cucurella, I feel like they will start, but they'll be taken off to be rested. There'll be fitness tests. I feel like the main question here is that I don't quite know how to answer is which player will be inverted. Many of you will be thinking, well, it's obviously going to be Cucurella. That's what he did at the end of last season. And that might be true, but that would mean Gusto becomes the third centre-back that doesn't go forward more, where actually, in terms of becoming the third centre-back, that suits Cucurella more, and Gusto's look very good inverting into midfield. So, we could see something like this, that back three there with Cucurella playing the left centre-back, which is probably his best position as a footballer, I think. Caicedo, a really important and integral member of Enzo Maresca's midfield, move over slightly to accommodate Gusto. That will invert into midfield to create the first two players of this box midfield in possession, right? Right? Now, Enzo Fernandez, not only do I expect him to start, I expect him to wear the captain's armband from what we've seen lately. So I expect him to play there, probably. And in terms of minutes played in pre-season, we saw so many minutes played from Christopher Nkunku. He scored 3 goals, I believe, granted a couple of penalties, but he's looked pretty darn good and played a lot of minutes. And hopefully, touchwood, is fit. So that will be my box midfield for Enzo Maresca in possession with an inverting fullback. Pretty strong. Of course, we could also see Cucurella coming in and then Gusto completing the back three. If we saw that, let me just move everything around here. It would look like that. No, it wouldn't. It would look like this. I'm not so sure I like that so much, especially with Fofana playing in the middle. I think Colwill will be better in the middle. So, I mean, Cucurella does great there, but I just have a feeling that we ain't gonna see that, man. What have I... There we go. So back to where we started there with the box midfield. Right. Now, it could be Noni Madueke starting on the right wing and Palmer coming on. There's been obviously speculation that Parma can actually play this role. And if you look at Parma's heat maps, it is around here. So starting here would make a lot of sense. He does a lot of his creative passes. He can go wide. He does a lot of goal scoring from this sort of whole area. It's number 10 position. So it makes sense, but I don't see it for the moment. I see the functionality passing of Enzo Fernandez. We're going to have to see how well he performs in this role. And I do think for the moment, Parma will like occupy the right wing role in the Enzo Maresca system. And of course, Maresca actually did move Parma to right wing in the Man City Academy, and that's a story that Parma himself has said. So I see Parma starting and either moving into midfield if we're a goal down, say bringing off Fernandez, moving Parma into midfield, and actually bringing on Noni to play with Parma. We know those guys can play together. So that's how I feel for the moment. Left wing, man. I don't think Neto's going to start straight away. I'll be very, very shocked. I see Raheem Sterling playing as the starting left winger. I know we've seen a lot of Mudryk as well, but I mean, it's Man City. Sterling generally plays really well against Man City for Chelsea. That's, one kind of a banker. So I'd start Raheem Sterling. And I've put Jackson here as a placeholder purely because I don't have Q on this platform just yet. I do think Jackson will feature, and he could well start. He got 30 minutes or thereabouts in the last game. If he's trained really well, he might start and get 60 minutes, and then you bring Mark Gu on to just chase down Man City when they're knackered towards the end. But I have a feeling it might be the other way around. Mark Gu's really energetic. You might press the ruddy so-and-so out of this Man City centre-backs at home. Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, the fans gave Gu a lot of support. They love that. He'll be encouraged to continue doing so. Maybe if you can tire Man City out, I don't even know if that's something that you can do in terms of how much of the ball they have, and then you bring on Jackson later on, and he might be able to, because you'd have to say Jackson's more accomplished as a finisher at the moment than Gu, as a senior player, that he can come on in the last 30 minutes and hopefully score a goal. Ooh, guys, let's come on, we are massive outsiders in this game. We have the opportunity though that if we win this, if we beat Man City, if we beat Pep Guardiola's relentless winning machine, Man City, in Enzo Maresca's first competitive game, that'll be good. Look, man, my head and my heart say we lose this game, but I'm just going to take a second now and think. Kevin De Bruyne are not up to speed yet. They don't have Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob scored against us. He looks very good. I know Haaland is Haaland and he scored that hat-trick against us. But if we spend all our time preventing Haaland from scoring a hat-trick against us, I have a feeling that we can get a result. And on that, I'm going to predict we draw at home with Man City 1-1 on the first game of the season. And we will all reflect on that as an excellent result. Look, the truth is, if we get lose, if we get battered, it will be like, whatever, it's Enzo Maresca's first game, it's Man City, fine, whatever. But if we get a result, it will be hugely positive. So I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. I put it out to you guys as always. Let me know what you think. Please do comment down below. Leave me your thoughts and score predictions. I'll be interested to learn that. Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, what's it, a couple of days' time? Of course, the transfer stories are popping off all the time, and I'll be making content before then, but I wanted to get a preview in early enough so I can, come back to this video and read what you guys think as well. All right. Keep it locked, friends, and I'll see you soon, hopefully. Peace.